Imagine this. You're fresh out of college, landing your first real job, and finally making money on your own for the first time. You don't have to rely on your parents, and the feeling of financial independence is exhilarating. But before you know it, your paycheck disappears, rent, bills, nights out, and the latest gadgets eat up most of your earnings. You tell yourself you'll start saving next month, but next month turns into next year, and suddenly, you're in your late 20s with little to show for all the money you've earned. Sound familiar? Many young adults make financial mistakes that slow down their journey to wealth. They focus on the wrong things, delay important decisions, and often fall into traps that keep them struggling financially for years. I know because I've been there too. A few years ago, I thought I was being financially responsible. I tracked my spending, avoided debt, and tried to make smart money moves. But despite all my efforts, I wasn't getting ahead as fast as I thought I should. Then I discovered that I was making a few critical financial mistakes, ones that many people in their 20s make not in this video. We'll break down 4 of the biggest financial mistakes young people make and how to avoid them. If you can fix these early, you'll set yourself up for a lifetime of financial success. Mistake 1: focusing too much on saving and ignoring income growth. Most financial advice for young people starts with cutting expenses. Stop buying coffee. Cancel your Netflix subscription. Cooking at home instead of eating out. While saving money is important, there's a huge problem with this mindset. You can only cut so much, but your income has unlimited potential. The myth of saving your way to wealth. Let's do some quick math. Imagine you make $3,000 a month and spend $2,500, leaving you with $500 in savings. Now, let's say you cut your expenses even further, managing to save an extra $200 each month. That's great, but it only increases your savings by a small percentage. Now, what if instead of focusing on cutting expenses, you worked on increasing your income? What if you took on a side hustle, learned new skills, or negotiated for a higher salary? If you increase your income by $1,000 a month, suddenly your savings potential jumps significantly, even if your expenses stay the same. Why income growth matters more than frugality. Let's compare 2 people. Emma is extremely frugal. She avoids all unnecessary expenses, never eats out, and finds every way to cut costs. She saves $500 a month, but never works on increasing her income. Jake focuses on earning more. He takes online courses, builds new skills, and eventually gets a promotion that increases his salary by $1,500 per month. Even though he still spends money on occasional luxuries, he saves $1,000 per month, twice as much as Emma, who will be wealthier in 5 years. Jake, because there's no limit to how much you can earn, but there's a hard limit on how much you can cut. What should you do instead? Invest in skills that increase your earning potential. Fields like tech, marketing, and finance offer high-paying jobs if you develop the right expertise. Start a side hustle. Instead of obsessing over spending less, focus on ways to bring in extra money. Freelancing, tutoring, or even starting a small online business can make a big difference. Negotiate your salary. Many employees leave money on the table because they never ask for a raise. A simple negotiation could increase your earnings by thousands per year. Frugality alone won't make you rich, but increasing your income while maintaining smart financial habits, that's how wealth is built. Mistake 2: overthinking investments instead of increasing. Savings. Imagine 2 people. Anna has $5,000 and spends hours researching the best stocks to invest in. She wants to maximize her returns, so she carefully picks a portfolio she believes will give her a 10% annual return. Then has only $500 but focuses on saving more each month. Instead of trying to optimize his returns, he simply invests in a broad market index fund. His portfolio grows at a modest 7% per year, but he contributes $500 every month. Who will have more money in 20 years? Ben. Even though his returns are lower, his consistent savings habit builds significantly more wealth over time. The trap of trying to beat the market. Many young people waste time obsessing over which stocks to buy, and when to sell. They watch endless YouTube videos, follow investment gurus, and try to predict market movements. But here's the truth. If you're only investing a few $100s per month, the investment returns matter far less than your savings rate. Even if you manage to achieve a 15% return, which is higher than what most professionals achieve. If you're only investing $100 a month, your gains will be minimal. On the other hand, someone who saves aggressively and invests $1,000 per month will build significant wealth, even if their returns are only 7%. What should you do instead? Prioritize increasing your savings rate. If you're not saving at least 20% of your income, focus on that before worrying about investment optimization. Follow a simple investment strategy instead of constantly tweaking your portfolio. Invest in broad market index funds like the S&P 500. They've historically provided strong long-term returns. Start investing now. The biggest mistake is waiting too long. You don't need to be an expert. Just be consistent. Time in the market is more important than timing the market. Mistake 3. Trying to time the market. Have you ever thought, I'll wait for the stock market to crash before I invest? Or maybe you've pulled your money out because you were afraid of a recession. Trying to predict market movements is one of the biggest financial mistakes young investors make. Why market timing doesn't work. Many investors panic when markets fall. They sell their stocks, hoping to buy back in at a lower price. But historically, markets recover, meaning those who panic sell often miss out on huge gains. Consider these historical examples. In 2008, many people pulled their money out during the financial crisis. Those who stayed invested saw massive gains in the next decade. In 2020, the stock market crashed due to COVID-19. Some people panicked and sold, but the market rebounded faster than expected, reaching record highs. If you had tried to time the market, you would have likely missed out on the best days. What should you do instead? Adopt a dollar-cost averaging DCA strategy. Invest a fixed amount each month, regardless of market conditions. Ignore short-term market movements. What happens this month doesn't matter if you're investing for the next 30 years. Stay invested. Long-term investors always win. The key is to stay in the market, even during downturns. Mistake 4. Ignoring lifestyle inflation. Imagine this. You've just landed a huge raise at work. Your salary jumps from $50,000 a year to $75,000. Suddenly, everything feels different. You no longer have to think twice before going out for an expensive dinner. You start browsing for a better apartment in a nicer neighborhood. You decide to upgrade your old car to something more stylish, maybe a luxury brand. After all, you deserve it, right? At first, this all feels amazing. But fast forward a year, and you realize something shocking. Even though you're making $25,000 more per year, you aren't saving any more than before. In fact, you may even have less money than before because of your new lifestyle costs. This is the lifestyle inflation trap. And it's one of the biggest reasons why so many people, even high earners, struggle financially. Why does lifestyle inflation happen? Most people believe that earning more money will automatically make them wealthier. But in reality, wealth doesn't come from how much you earn. It comes from how much you keep. The problem with lifestyle inflation is that it makes every raise feel like it's not enough. Here's how it happens. You start earning more money. You feel like you deserve to enjoy life more. You start spending more on things you previously lived without. Your new lifestyle becomes the new normal. Now, you need even more money to feel financially comfortable. This cycle never ends, and it explains why some people making $200,000 a year still live paycheck to paycheck. The trap of looking rich versus being rich. Have you ever noticed that some people drive luxury cars but still worry about money? Meanwhile, some millionaires drive simple, used cars and live in modest homes. That's because wealthy people understand the difference between looking rich and being rich. Looking rich means spending a lot to appear successful. Being rich means making smart financial decisions that actually build wealth. For example, Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, still lives in the same house he bought in 1958. Mark Zuckerberg wears the same simple clothes every day. Many wealthy people avoid unnecessary expenses because they understand that financial security is more valuable than impressing others. If you focus on looking rich, you'll always be chasing the next luxury. But if you focus on being rich, you'll build financial freedom that lasts a lifetime. How to avoid lifestyle inflation? So, how do you avoid the trap of lifestyle inflation? Here are some powerful strategies. Save and invest at least 50% of every raise. Whenever you get a raise, don't immediately increase your spending. Instead, commit to saving or investing at least 50% of the extra money. If you get a $10,000 raise, put $5,000 into investments before you adjust your lifestyle. This ensures that as your income grows, your wealth grows too. Keep living like you earn less. One of the best ways to build wealth is to keep living on your old salary for as long as possible. If you are comfortable making $50,000 per year, don't rush to change your lifestyle when you start making $70,000. The longer you can keep your expenses low, the faster you can build financial security. Avoid unnecessary upgrades. Just because you can afford something doesn't mean you should buy it. Ask yourself, do I really need this? Will this actually make me happier in the long run? Is this purchase helping me reach financial freedom? Many people upgrade their cars, apartments, or lifestyles out of habit, not necessity. If you can resist unnecessary upgrades, you'll have more money for investing, business opportunities, and financial freedom. Increase your savings rate, not just your spending. Most people increase their spending when they earn more. Instead, focus on increasing your savings rate. If you used to save 10% of your income, try increasing it to 20%, then 30%, and so on. The more you save early on, the faster you can achieve financial independence. Think in terms of time, not just money. Before making a big purchase, ask yourself, how many hours of work does this cost me? If you earn $25 per hour, a $50,000 car costs you 2,000 hours of work. Is it really worth that much of your life? Thinking in terms of time instead of dollars can help you make better financial decisions. Set financial goals that truly excite you. Instead of spending on short-term pleasures, focus on long-term goals that will truly improve your life. Want to travel the world? Save aggressively now so you can afford it later. Want to start your own business? Invest your money in your skills and opportunities. Want to retire early? Build your investments instead of upgrading your lifestyle. The more exciting your long-term goals are, the easier it will be to avoid unnecessary spending. Conclusion: the path to financial success in your 20s by avoiding these four common financial mistakes. You can set yourself up for a lifetime of financial success. Mistake 1: focusing too much on saving instead of increasing income-getting expenses can only take you so far. Focus on increasing your earning potential through skills and career growth. Mistake 2: overthinking investments instead of maximizing savings. You don't need to be a stock market expert to build wealth. Just start saving and investing consistently and let compound interest do its magic. Mistake 3: trying to time the market instead of staying invested. Market timing is almost impossible to do correctly. The best strategy is to invest consistently and stay in the market for the long run. Mistake 4: ignoring lifestyle inflation. If you increase your spending every time you get a raise, you'll always feel like you're just getting by. Instead, control your expenses and focus on building long-term wealth. Final thoughts: what should you do now? If you're in your 20s, the best thing you can do is build strong financial habits today. Invest in yourself. Your skills and knowledge are your biggest assets. Save aggressively. Aim to save at least 20 to 50% of your income. Invest early and consistently. Time in the market is more important than timing the market. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Just because you can afford something doesn't mean you should buy it. Think long term. The choices you make in your 20s will shape your financial future. Most people make these mistakes without realizing it. But if you avoid them, you'll be years ahead of your peers financially. So, which of these mistakes have you made? Or almost made? Let me know in the comments. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching.